play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com, here with Quirk.
Hey guys.
Welcome, Wargamers, to Traitor's Hate. This is the review of the new Chaos Space Marines and their formations, and it's ridiculously fun. If you guys have not seen the other videos that correspond to this series, we've already covered the Chaos Warband, the actual detachment that you get as well, the Black Crusade detachment, as well as the Raptor's Talon formation, the auxiliary choice, and in addition to this, we did the Maelstrom of Gore, which is Karn's new formation, his core formation, which is really, really awesome. And then we did the Hellforged War Pack, which is all of the walkers with the Warpsmith. Just a lot of fun. We did review videos, and we did bat reps, which corresponded with the review videos. The bat reps are in the vault. All of the review videos are on YouTube. So you're watching this right now, it's on YouTube. This is purely a review video, and we're going to discuss the formations. In this one, what we're going to do is we're combining two formations. One will be a core formation, and one will be an auxiliary formation. And in the bat rep, which corresponds with this review video, which will be in the vault, which you can watch by clicking on the link below, we're going to do the demonstration bat reps. We're not doing full battle reports. We're doing segmented, honed-in specific bat reps just to show the actual formation in action to see how well it fares on the battlefield. So, let's start by talking about the Lost and the Damned. Why don't we just zoom in and see exactly what models you get in that formation. Here we have the Lost and the Damned. It's approximately 500 points of models. Now you may be wondering, hey, those guys don't look like cultists. It's because you're right, they're not cultists. They're actually Age of Sigmar models. But because they look so cool, I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to include them in this bat rep, and I very well might include them in future battle reports, proper battle reports, because they're amazing models. I love the scale, I love the detail, I love everything about them. So they are proxying as cultists in this demonstration, in this review video. So, Lost and the Damned, it is a core choice. It is a formation. You can actually bring this as your core army and attach auxiliary formations onto this one. It consists of one Dark Apostle, which is being represented by that lovely model right there, and 4 to 9 units of Chaos Cultists. For this demonstration bat rep, we've decided to include 5, because we're going to have some Assault Marines try to hack their way through them to see how far they get. Now, for special rules, there are 2. The first one there
is called Prophet of the Gods. The Dark Apostle's Zealot special rule applies to all of the Lost and Damned units within 6 inches of him.
That's pretty sweet. So not only can you attach him to a unit, but other units that are within 6, so this one and this one, they all now benefit from his Zealot special rule, which makes them fearless, gives them hatred. It's awesome. Like, that makes them so much more. And by the way, these cultists have been kitted out with the Mark of Quirk, which give them rage and counterattack. Makes them a little bit more expensive, but it's certainly well worth it, considering that these guys are close combat cultists. So they have 4 attacks on the charge, 3 when they are charged because of counterattack, and it's just lovely. A lot of attacks going everywhere. Now for the second rule, special rule to get as part of the Lost and the Damned formation, it's called a Tide of Traitors. Each time a unit of Chaos Cultists from the Lost and the Damned is completely destroyed, roll a d6. On a 4+, you can immediately place a new identical unit into ongoing reserves. These new units gain the Outflank special rule, but otherwise count as being part of the original formation. So roll a d6, as described above, if they are subsequently destroyed as well. Victory points are rewarded as normal for new units in this formation that have been completely destroyed. So, let's say these guys are completely destroyed. What you do is you place them into ongoing reserves, they gain outflank, and you can bring them back onto the battlefield in a perfectly cohesive unit that is fully intact, counting for all scoring purposes, and it's as if you get a new unit, basically. So there's gonna be a lot of tactics involved there, because you don't want to kill necessarily the entire unit, but at the same time you can't really help it in some cases, so it's going to be good. Like, these guys are scary. Like, as much as they are cheap, they're even cheaper, which is sick.
Yeah, and it's also really neat because if you're playing, pretty much you don't want to be playing kill points with this, because it's going to be just kill point after kill point being awarded to your opponent. But if you're playing any of the Maelstroms, They make great objective holders. So the fact that you can wipe them out and just bring them back without flank puts them in a great position to basically jump back onto an objective or hold a zone, or even get your line breaker near the end of the game. If you get that unit wiped out on, say, the 5th turn, you luck out and you go on to the 6th, you've got an outflanking unit to get your line breaker.
That's right, absolutely. Now that being said, you still do need to roll the 4+ in order to make it so they come back in. If you don't roll that 4+, then they don't come back in. But you got a 50-50 chance, and so it's a very good chance of that happening. When it comes to cultists, I like bringing them because they're cheap, but because of these additional rules that you get with the Lost in the Dam formation, I think the likelihood of me bringing them in a game is increased that much more, especially with the Dark Apostle. You kind of have to bring them with the Dark Apostle. That's the HQ choice that goes with them the best. And having his Zealot, that's huge. Cultists that are fearless, that's better than Chaos Space Marines. They're not fearless. So, just really awesome. So that's a Lost in the Dam core formation. We're going to be fielding that. That will be in the demonstration bat rep, which you can watch in the link below in the MiniWarGaming vault. Next formation that we're going to be reviewing right now is the Cult of Destruction. That is the Warpsmith formation, the one with the Warpsmith, and 3 to 5 units of Obliterators or Mutilators, and they get to do cool things.
They certainly do.
Yeah, really much so. I love it.
Thank you.
It's going to be good. Actually, let's take a look at the models that you get in that formation. Cult of Destruction, an auxiliary formation that you add to your army in order to complete it, to make full benefit of the Black Crusade detachment and its benefits, which is Path to Glory. Namely.
Mostly,
yeah. Anyway, look at this. Now, how often do you bring this many models of Obliterators and Mutilators to a game? Never, actually, is the answer. Because not once have I ever.
Will you now?
I'm going to experiment.
Okay.
That's the whole purpose of this. Absolutely. Because, in the very least, it'd be fun. Because let's take a look at their rule. They have one rule that corresponds with the Cult of Destruction formation. And that rule is called Empyreonic Guidance Rituals. At the start of the Chaos Space Marine movement phase, each Warpsmith in this formation can perform a set of Empyreonic Guidance Rituals on one unit of Obliterators or Mutilators from the formation, that is within 8 inches. Each Warpsmith must pick a different unit to perform the ritual upon. If a unit of Obliterators is selected, then it can shoot twice at the same unit in the shooting phase of the same turn. If a unit of Mutilators is selected, then it can attack twice after piling in the assault phase of the turn. Carry out the first set of attacks to completion, then carry out the second set of attacks. A unit must use different weapons for the 2 different sets of attacks, and cannot use a weapon it used in the previous turn. So, kind of goes with the same rules that they have. They can't use the same weapons twice in subsequent turns, but they get to shoot weapons twice. That's a pretty big deal.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's what makes this good, because these guys are really, really overcosted. Each Obliterator is 75 points.
Wow.
That's way too much. Yeah, they get 2 wounds, sure. But they're only 4 up, or 4 toughness. Like that instant kill, like nothing. They're semi-good in close combat. They got a power fist, but still, that's not anything. They're slow and lumbery. They sit back and shoot. But here's the thing. It's always the debate. Do I bring Obliterators or do I bring Havocs? And Havocs win every single time. There isn't a chance. There isn't a time when it's always fluffy when I bring Obliterators. It's not competitive at all, which is fine. You can have these models, which look awesome, by the way. I really like the look of these models. But them shooting twice is kind of like you have more units of them.
Yeah.
But in order to unlock that, you need an HQ choice that costs over 100 points for that ability, for them to shoot twice. So, is it worth it?
You're kind of paying a lot of points for that.
Kind of, right? But I still like to experiment nonetheless. And it's only one per. So this warpsmith right here and this warpsmith there, they each do that. They each do their Empyreonic guidance ritual on one unit. So, you know, that's the thing. So I guess it really benefits more the more obliterators or mutilators that you have in a unit. You can have a max of 3, so it kind of seems like bringing 3 in a unit is kosher.
Because you can bring 3 to 5 of the obliterators or mutilators, but only 1 to 3 of the warpsmiths. So if you bring the 5 and you bring the 3, you're still going to have 2 units that are kind of left out in the open or without a warpsmith to boost them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So
absolutely. Unless you bring 3 warpsmiths and 3 units of whatever.
yeah, and that would be ideal.
That would be very expensive. But again, that's why we're going to test it. So let us know what you think in the comments below, what you think of this formation, what you would do, how many you would bring, what combinations of what you would field on the battlefield. That's something that we want to know. This is what we're going to bring in the game. We're going to bring 2 warpsmiths and 2 units of obliterators and 1 unit of mutilators. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's all test. It's all theory, right? And that is the Cult of Destruction in its glory. So now to field both of these formations in the battlefield in a bat rep. So if you would like to watch that, participate with us in that, click on the link below. It will be in the MiniWarGaming Vault. If you're not a Vault member, we invite you to click on that link below, sign up for a 7-day free trial to the MiniWarGaming Vault. You'll gain instant access to that video, that bat rep, as well as the other battle reports that are corresponding with this video series. You'll see the 1,500 point battle we did with Space Marines versus Chaos Space Marines, the Core formation versus the Gladius Strike Force. Also the Maelstrom of Gore with Karn versus 120 boy Orc Horde. That was amazingly fun to do and to watch and feel. A lot of blood.
It was intense.
It was. You were the orcs.
I was the orcs.
Because you are an orc.
Yeah, deep down.
Are you?
Yeah.
How deep is it?
A little less than half skin deep.
And okay, so it's like between the fat and the blood?
Yeah.
Okay. So where is this even? Okay, if you want to watch that, click on the link below. We'll see you there. Thank you very much and happy wargaming.